Okay, so anything you need to find is in the yin realm. The yin realm. Where is that? What is that? That's inside of you. In the internal. Whatever you look around and you see outside of you came from an internal space first. The person that made the building, the blocks, the street, the concrete that you see every day, you feel me, the clothes that you're wearing, everything had to come from an internal space first, okay? So anything you need to find, anything that you're looking for, anything that you're searching for is already within you, okay? The moment you get into a space where you're giving God expectations and you on your knees praying for God to give you a certain outcome, you praying for a certain amount of support, money, whatever the case may be, God don't work for you, okay? The moment you talking about God gonna work this out for me, God gonna do this for me, God only help those who help themselves, okay? So the moment you give another human being an expectation for what they should be doing for you, and God not even willing to do that shit, you putting yourself in a compromising ass space where you putting pressure on other individuals, okay? Don't be a needy ass individual, okay? If you are whatever state of being that you in, that's what you're gonna continue to get. So if you in a needy, I need this, I don't know what to do, you're gonna get more of that shit, and you're gonna be in that space, in that state for the rest of your fucking life, okay? And it can be very uncomfortable for other people when you are not just in that space and needy by yourself, but you're trying to drag other people into the hell with you. And then on top of that, you could be trying to make that person feel bad for not meeting you in that space. So it's a whole lot of demonic ass shit going on, okay? And this is why it's important to know that anything you need to find is in the yin room, okay? And if you're having difficulty with knowing what the fuck that means, or you don't even know what the fuck I'm talking about, write down some positive affirmations for yourself and how you would like to feel, okay? If you feel like I have everything I need, write that shit down. Make a fucking song, sing that shit, do whatever you gotta do in order to make sure that's something that's drilled and trained in your head and something that you wrote yourself, okay? Not some type of ritual and spell somebody else said or somebody else did or somebody else put in a book. And you'll memorize a Bible scripture. You'll memorize a verse. You'll memorize a script just like an actor would, you feel me? But you won't write something down for yourself and give that some level of honor. You can write down like everything I need is within me. You can write whatever fucking positive affirmation you need, or whatever you in a space of searching and needing and you wanting and looking for somebody else to tell you. You feel me? Like if you're going through some shit and you like, I need this, I need, let me call this person, the moment you do that, not only are you not even with God, you feel me? Because a lot of people, they cling on to God and they cling on to Christianity and they cling on to these religions, right? And that's cool. Do what you do. Nobody is persuading you to do shit. If you want to do that, do that. That's fine, right? But I want you to know, the moment you're giving God expectations, you're not talking about God at all. God does not work for you, okay? God wouldn't even exist without you. You know what I'm saying? You give power to God. You are the one that is creating your circumstances, situation based on your state of being. And if you don't believe me and you feel like the words I'm saying, I don't know what the fuck I'm talking about, look at your life. How long you been praying? How long you been in a state of need? How long you been depressed? How long you been looking for other people to do some shit for you and you disappointed about that? How long? Just look at your own life. You feel me? You don't have to believe what somebody else saying and take heed to this and that, and you don't have to do it. Just look at your actual life. Common sense, your life, your patterns, your cycles, the cycles you've been in, the seasons. And it's like, people don't be fucking with astrology and shit like that, and that's fine. You feel me? Fuck astrology, right? But you see seasons, you see patterns, you see routines, you see moods change. You see how 1 second somebody feel like this and the next second they don't feel like that anymore. You feel me? You go to work and you could be all happy and talk to this coworker. They might not be feeling you that day. They might not be fucking with you that day. You know what I'm saying? You could see how it was okay for you to do something at this particular time, but it's not okay for you to do it at this other time. Sometimes you feel like talking to people. Sometimes you don't feel like talking to people. Sometimes you do answer the phone. Sometimes everybody mood change. Do you see everybody mood change? Not only do you see everybody mood change, but you see the seasons change. You see how it get colder, it get hotter, it get darker at times. During the day, it get lighter. You feel me? You see the trees doing fucking seasonal transitions. You see them changing colors. You see the changes and shit all around you, but y'all would rather be so set on a calendar date and celebrating that specific date that's on a calendar, right? But y'all look at individuals crazy as hell for celebrating every single other day. You feel me? People who say happy new moon. People who say happy moon day, happy Monday, happy Tuesday, happy Mars day, Marte dia, whatever. You feel me? Miércoles, Mercury day, Merculio dia. Like, y'all look at people crazy for celebrating each and every day, right? But y'all will celebrate a day that somebody else gave y'all into a government book in the calendar and said, this is what's called a holiday. This is what's called the day that you should be doing this. This is when you should feel this way around your, this is when you should be around your family. This is when you should settle for less. This is when you should put bullshit aside and choose to be around individuals that you know you really don't fuck with and that really don't fuck with you, and y'all really don't talk or do shit else before this day or after the. Same thing go with fucking birthdays, you know what I'm saying? And I've been victim to the same type of shit. You feel me? Won't talk to an individual all fucking year, but will tell them happy birthday because I felt obligated to fucking do it, or somebody felt obligated to do that to me, even though we don't fucking talk all year about shit. You know what I'm saying? So I'm making this video and I'm saying this because I know that it can be a lot of confusion when it comes to holidays, and I know that there can be a lot of expectations. People is given to God, people is given to other humans, kids is given to their parents, you feel me? Kids is given to fucking Santa and all this other shit, right? But you have to understand, whenever you are in any type of needy ass state, especially when it's a fucking new moon, y'all want to talk about these weak ass. Listen, it's a new moon right now. It's a new moon right now. Pay attention to what's going. Fuck what I'm. You don't have to believe nothing I'm saying. You don't have to even be this far into the video, right? But listen. Whatever state of being you in right now, right? Especially when your heart is beating fast, your heart is pumping fast, you walking down the street, you feel me, you sweating, you crying. That's a good place to manifest. That's a powerful space. When you crying, you feel me? When you sweating, when you walking around, when your heart is beating real fast. You know what I'm saying? You in the perfect space of manifesting right then and there. You don't even have to wait for the full moon. You know what I'm saying? But listen, right? The state of being you in right now, whatever you focused on, whatever you paying attention to, whatever your mind is on right now in this moment is what will be flourished, is what will be in your garden. It'll be at the end of the full moon, the stuff that you can flourish and eat from them fruits to fill the nutrition, the nutrients, the vitamins based off of now. The seeds that you planted right now. If you choose to say fuck what it looked like, fuck how I feel, fuck my emotions and all that. This is how I want to feel. This is what I want to be going on. If you got to write down a script for yourself, because like I said, y'all will memorize scriptures. Y'all will memorize scripts somebody else wrote thousands of years ago and act like it's the best truth in the fucking world, right? But you won't write down a script for yourself. You feel me? Like, this is who I am. This is the life that I'm living. It don't matter if it looks like that in the external world or not. You got to have faith, belief, and imagination. You got to believe in your spiritual strength. You got to believe in you have imagination. You have ideas. You have visions. You feel me? Like, you create your reality. Stop thinking that, oh, this person don't know what the fuck they talking about because they younger than me, they inferior to me, they didn't experience what the fuck I experienced, so they don't know shit. You know what I'm saying? You can feel like that all you want. Ain't none of us shit. We ain't shit, I ain't shit, you ain't shit, but we create shit. You know what I'm saying? We create shit. Like, you gotta, people be so spooked out with words and shit like creator, creation, I'm the creation. Yo, I was thinking the other day, right? When I was younger, my parents used to take us to this play for Halloween called If I Die Before I Wake, right? And in there, the whole theme was like, make sure you say this prayer before you go to bed so that you can get to heaven, right? It was like, if I die before I wake, I pray the Lord my soul to take. That's the most demonic shit I ever heard. Listen, that's the most demonic shit I ever heard. And these were scriptures I was memorizing. I was in Sunday school. I was in church service. I was in motherfucking, these churches' names was Upper Room. You feel me? What else? Fucking Perfecting Faith and all of this shit, right? And everything was focused on fuck yourself. celebrate and praise this individual. Celebrate and praise these books that was before you. Not the books you write, not your own imagination, not you and what you do and your individuality. Like, these religions is telling you not to be individual. You got to fit into this box, into this paradigm, to be saved for later, for somebody else to be able to use. What are you being saved for? What are you being saved from, right? And it's like, people sometimes be scared. They be knowing what's going on, but they be scared to go all the way into it, but not knowing, bitch, you lukewarm. You learned about that shit in church. We learned about that shit in church. They was talking about you can't be lukewarm. You got to be all the way in it for God. You got to be all the way in it for God. So now that you have these realizations and you see the patterns, you older now, but you still with the mental like a child. All that shit from before not helping you live now. Like, yo, if you gotta write down verses in your own scriptures and your own, listen, if you could write your own song, you could make your own melody, you could make your own rhythm, you could make your own run, skitty scat, all of this shit, right? You know what I'm saying? It's the same thing for, that's like if you in this weak ass outdated ass mentality, you probably looking at artists and people who create and shit like that. You probably be looking at them like demonic. Like, who are you to write your own song? Who are you to believe in yourself? Who are you to be doing this shit I never heard of? Like, it's like, y'all Christian ass, religious ass people be calling everybody else in the world demons and saying everybody going to hell. You already there. You already in hell. You already not able to be yourself, and you feel guilty about being yourself. You feel guilty, like, is this a sin? Is that a sin? Is this going against God? Am I fitting in the 10 Commandments? Is it okay if is it okay with God if I do this? Is it like, that's hell. That is hell. I don't give a fuck about nothing you talk. And it's so crazy because these will be the first individuals for looking at you as demonic. They looking at you like you demonic because you choosing to live for yourself. You choosing to look at the Bible the way it's really written and how it's really written for you choosing to believe in yourself, and you will be a fucked up person to them based off of that, right? But I know I'm going on this rant, I'm going on this tangent, you know what I'm saying? But I'm just saying, like, this is a good time for people to put other people on a guilt trip. Don't let that UFO abduct your ass. Don't let that fucking family member make you feel like you gotta do shit. They might not even know they doing it. You know, they might, like, I'm not saying that everybody who is in a fucked up space mentally knows that they're in that space, because sometimes they really don't know. Sometimes they just used to being in a depressive ass, sad ass space, expecting other people to do shit, and that's all that they know. You feel me? They don't know that they being demonic. They don't know that they sucking other people's energy. They don't know they being a vampire. You know what I'm saying? But you know, you feel me? You gotta be the fucking vampire slayer. You don't put yourself in a position to have to even be around certain individuals to be fucking lured in. You know what I'm saying? Like, you have to do the work. You have to do what's for you, and you can't give a fuck about what nobody else think about you. You know what I'm saying? Like, listen. The main message in the start of this message is that anything you need to find is in the yin realm. Stop giving God expectations. He does not work for you. Stop being in a state of needy prayer, wanting, searching, looking, calling. Can you help me with this ass energy? Because you're going to continue to get that fucking energy. Okay? Like, and it's crazy because, like, listen, yo, I done been the preacher's kid. The nigga my father was a fucking pastor. Nigga called himself reverend, thought he was God for real. You know what I'm saying? I done been separate. This nigga wasn't even in my life, and I still was trying to follow Christianity as much as possible. You feel me? On the, whatever 666 day was happening in fucking middle school, bitch, I brought my Bible to school because I thought that shit was gonna help me. A book somebody else wrote that I barely even fucking understood. You know, that made everybody else around me sad and depressed and crying and wanting to teach and looking and needing for more shit. But I didn't see that. I just knew, oh, this is what my family did. This was the tradition from before. They in the church. You know what I'm saying? So let me try to be in the church. I was in it so much. I judged every person the fuck around. I judged everybody around me. If you cursing, you going to hell. If you gay, you going to hell. If you doing this, you going to hell. If you, whatever. That's how I looked at myself. And that's how I seen the world. And that's how people were seeing me. You know what I'm saying? So I dealt with a lot of fucked up bad circumstances and situations based off of the state of being that I was in. But I'm older now. You know what I'm saying? I didn't experience so much shit. I had to be the one to learn to choose and make different decisions and think differently and to be in a different state of being. Nobody could do that for me. It's no fucking family members, nobody out in the world, not my mother, not my father, not my siblings, not my sisters, not my brothers, not my aunts, not my uncles, not my cousins. It's nobody that can do for me what I can do for my, like, they can't do shit for me. You know what I'm saying? Even though I thought there was times that I could get help and assistance from them based on my mental state, they can't do shit. Nobody in this world could do shit for me like I could do for myself. Can't nobody love you and care about you and be there for you and protect you like you can for your fucking self. You know what I'm saying? But anyway, I'm just saying, I was all the way deep in the fucking lostness because the lostness runs deep in my fucking family. It runs very, and not, I'm not even talking, this is another thing, right? If you want to be close to your family, if you want to be close to your real spiritual family, if you want to get support from your family, you're going to have to know how to support yourself. You're going to have to know how to be there for yourself. You're going to have to know how to love yourself. You're going to have to know how to be yourself. If you don't know how to be yourself, you're not with God and you're not with your family, and that's why you feel the fuck the way you do, because you keep trying to fit into these boxes that was never fucking meant for you. You putting yourself into a box, everybody else in a box, even God into a fucking, yo, listen, all of that shit is outdated. It's over with. It's over with. You can't continue to be in this outdated ass mentality and expect other people to be there with you. Like, you fucking retarded. Okay, let me chill. I'm not trying to call nobody retarded, you know what I'm saying? I'm just speaking, you know what I'm saying? I'm just saying how the fuck I feel, because when you don't release something that's pent up inside of you, that's what's the aura that is created around you, you feel me? And I got a lot of Scorpio energy going on, you know what I'm saying? I got my whole fucking chart is Scorpio. Everything on my fucking chart is Scorpio, everything, right? So I gotta make sure I don't continue to have things pent up that I don't want to say because I don't want to offend people or some shit. Just like I'm telling y'all not to be in this outdated ass mentality, it's the same thing for myself. I'm talking to myself. That's the thing. YouTubers and shit, people who talk to cameras, people who talk to, I used to think that was the craziest shit in the world. Not necessarily YouTubers, but people who would walk around talking to themselves. I thought them individuals was fucked up. Like, bitch, you ain't never gonna catch me talking to myself. Them was the spiritual motherfuckers. Them motherfuckers that didn't have nobody around them and was talking to themselves. Even the people out here who I might think, or who you might think, or how people in general might think, like, oh, this nigga's fucked up, he's a junkie, he's a bum, like, he don't know shit, and he just walking around talking to himself with no shoes on, and everybody else is in a better situation. That could be the happiest person you ever met in your life, and they talking to themselves, and they in La La Land, and they enjoying it, and they got faith, belief, and imagination, and the moment they die, they got all their gems, they got all their rings, they happy, you know what I'm saying? So should nobody be in a position of somebody else and saying how they would be in a better position if they was living how the other person was living when the other person is not even living for themselves. You know what I'm saying? Like, the shit is weak. The lostness is fucking weak, and I'm very fucking tired of the shit. I'm very fucking tired of the weak ass, outdated ass mentality ass shit. And I'm tired of also whatever parts of me that feel like I need to continue to do shit to make motherfuckers uncomfortable. I need to stop fucking doing that too. I'm talking to y'all. I'm talking to myself. You know what I'm saying? This is the best thing you can do. Set a fucking camera up and talk to your fucking self about the shit you need to hear, bitch. You don't gotta upload it. You don't gotta do it for other people. You don't gotta, you know what I'm saying, get these, whatever you fucking think in your mind. You don't do all that thinking and talking and shit. As far as you living in other people's world, and you think this person gonna think this about you, that person gonna think this about you, this person gonna feel this. Oh, if I do this, if I do that. Them niggas don't fucking matter. They don't even care about themselves. Why the fuck you caring about what somebody else think about you and that person don't even care about themselves? That shit is weak as hell. I don't got time for that shit no more. Like, anything you need to find is in the yin room. Okay? Make a song of your positive affirmations. Sing that shit to yourself. Do a little dance with it if you need to drill it into your fucking head. It's coming from you. The shit you created is coming from you. Just like you can memorize a fucking scripture that somebody else wrote and you think that's the most powerful shit in the world, you write your fucking idea down in your fucking positive affirmation and you bring fire, life, earth, air, plant that shit. Just see. Listen, this is the new moon time. Plant your fucking seeds. Give that shit the nourishment and the nutrition and the water and the fire and the vision and the air and the fucking light and the sun that it fucking needs in order for it to grow and flourish and replenish you and your nutrients and all of that shit. Okay, you got your don't shit matter in this world but your thoughts and your feelings and your imaginations and you putting in the action to do that shit. Just be yourself. Be yourself. Fuck all that other shit. All right, I'm done.